There exists a country where ancient temples breathe beneath modern skylines, where jungles still hold secrets that tourists never discover, where the smile you receive contains depths that weeks cannot unravel. This is Thailand, not the Thailand of cruise ship ports and package tours. Not the Thailand reduced to beaches and nightlife. This is the Thailand that whispers in temple courtyards at dawn, that persists in mountain villages where traditions remain untouched, that flows through river valleys where time moves according to rhythms older than kingdoms. You are here because you sense it. Because somewhere inside, you know that truth lives beyond the postcard images. That the real Thailand waits for those willing to look deeper. So take a breath and let us go where most tourists never venture. Subscribe to Global Lux Journeys, because the journey you are about to take changes how you see everything. Because the world's true beauty lies hidden for those brave enough to find it. Bangkok breathes chaos like living poetry. Walk the streets at dawn, and you encounter a city caught between centuries, glittering temples rising above shopping malls, monks in saffron robes passing luxury cars, ancient spirits coexisting with digital chaos. The Chao Phraya River flows through the city's heart like a vein carrying life. Wooden longboats still navigate the canals while skyscrapers tower in the distance. The air tastes of jasmine incense and street food smoke simultaneously. This is Bangkok, a city that refuses to choose between what it was and what it became. Stray dogs with kind eyes rest in temple courtyards, descendants of animals sacred in Buddhist tradition. Koi fish glide through palace moats, their golden forms reflecting both past and present. The Grand Palace catches morning light and transforms into something beyond architecture. The street vendors' voices layer into rhythm. The smell is overwhelming. Turmeric, garlic, grilled fish, flowers. Walk slowly through the old city and let Bangkok speak to you. Every corner holds stories centuries deep. Phuket Island rises from the Andaman Sea like a place caught between two realities. The beaches stretch in postcards of perfection. Yet venture inland and you discover a Thailand most tourists never encounter. Rubber plantations cover hillsides where workers maintain traditions passed through generations. Local temples contain art that rivals any museum. The tin mining history, carved landscape, and community identity. Walking through Phuket town's old quarter, you encounter Chinese shophouses, colonial-era buildings, streets that whisper of maritime traders centuries past. Fishing communities still work from traditional boats, their methods unchanged from decades ago. Rasa fish dart through the coastal waters, their brilliant colors creating underwater gardens. Dusky langurs inhabit the remaining forests, their presence a sign of ecosystem balance. Away from tourist zones, the island reveals authentic Thai culture. Street food cooked by families for families, temples where locals outnumber visitors, markets where haggling remains an art form. Phuket teaches that islands contain layers beyond what postcards suggest. The real island emerges only when you stop looking for what you expected and start seeing what actually exists. High in northern mountains, Chiang Mai breathes differently than lowland Thailand. The air is cool, the pace is slower. The temples seem to whisper rather than declare. This ancient city, surrounded by mountains, has maintained a character distinctly its own. Monks walk the streets at dawn collecting alms, their saffron robes bright against misty mornings. The night bazaar erupts with life each evening. Handicrafts, street food, the smell of grilled meat and fresh herbs. Walking through the old city walls, you enter a space where spiritual practice remains primary. The morning market bustle gives way to afternoon quiet. The evening temple bells call the faithful. The rhythm follows spiritual calendars rather than tourism schedules. Gibbons call from the jungle canopy at dawn, their voices creating natural music across the valleys. Asian hornbills nest in the remaining forests. Elephants still work with mahouts in camps where relationships between human and animal extend across lifetimes. Chiang Mai teaches that Thailand contains places where tourism has not yet erased authenticity, where traditions persist not for profit, but because they matter, where community trumps convenience. Krabi's landscape defies conventional beauty. Massive limestone cliffs rise vertically from emerald waters, creating geography that seems invented. The province stretches beyond beaches into jungle terrain, where adventure requires genuine commitment. The Andaman coast reveals different character each time sunlight changes. Limestone formations shelter caves that contain Buddhist shrines centuries old. Hiking trails lead to waterfalls hidden from tourist crowds. Small fishing villages continue traditions largely unchanged. Dusky langurs navigate the cliff faces with remarkable agility, their bodies evolved for the dramatic terrain. Monitor lizards rest on beaches, their prehistoric forms connecting contemporary visitors to deep time. Krabi teaches that Thailand's beauty often exists in unexpected places, that the most stunning views frequently require effort to reach, that the real Thailand often hides behind dramatic facades, waiting for those willing to venture beyond obvious destinations. Koh Phi Phi appears in guidebooks as paradise incarnate. The reality contains both truth and complexity. The islands are stunningly beautiful. Turquoise waters, white sand beaches, dramatic cliffside views. Yet tourism has transformed the islands into something between authentic and performed. The local community navigates daily between serving visitors and maintaining culture. Remnants of authentic Thai island life persist in quieter moments. Diving deeper into the island reveals communities adapting to rapid change. Early morning beaches, before tourist boats arrive, reveal something closer to authentic island experience. The waters remain clear. Reef fish still swim in vibrant colors: parrotfish, angelfish, grouper. Sea turtles occasionally visit the island's waters, a sign that marine ecosystems persist despite pressure. Koh Phi Phi teaches that even crowded destinations contain authentic moments. That timing matters. That patience reveals what crowds obscure. Phang Nga Bay stretches across the map like a geological dream. Limestone casts rise from the water at impossible angles, creating formations that seem more fantasy than fact. James Bond Island became famous through films, yet the bay contains hundreds of islands equally stunning but unknown. Kayaking through limestone passages feels like entering another dimension. Mangrove forests line the water's edge, their root systems creating nurseries for countless creatures. Long-tail boats still serve as primary transportation, their drivers knowing every hidden channel and secret beach. The bay remains one of Asia's most remarkable landscapes precisely because it resists easy comprehension. Dolphins hunt in the bay's deeper waters, their presence a sign of ecological vitality. Monitor lizards inhabit the uninhabited islands. Fishing eagles hunt from limestone peaks. Phang Nga teaches that Thailand's geography contains wonders that dwarf human architecture. That nature's artistry surpasses anything humans can create. That standing before such landscapes transforms perspective permanently. North of Bangkok, Ayutthaya spreads across an island like a city suspended in time. For centuries, this was one of the world's largest cities. Then it burned. The ruins persist: temples, palaces, statues scattered across the landscape like bones of an ancient giant. Walking through Ayutthaya creates a profound sense of transience. The Buddha statues, some headless from Burmese invasion, sit in meditation despite violence. Centuries have passed. The jungle reclaims areas inch by inch. Monkeys inhabit the ruins, their presence creating eerie soundtrack to exploration. Stray dogs rest in temple courtyards, guardians of spaces now sacred only through memory. Crossing the river reveals temples on all sides, dozens visible from any vantage point. Ayutthaya teaches that kingdoms fall, that empires crumble, that what humans build will eventually return to Earth. Yet something persists, in memory, in ruins, in the spiritual presence that never fully departs. Walking Ayutthaya's streets, you encounter history as living force rather than textbook abstraction. Koh Samui Island has transformed completely within living memory. From quiet fishing village to international resort destination, the transformation happened in decades. Yet pockets of authenticity persist for those willing to seek. The northern beaches remain quieter than southern zones. Local temples continue functioning as community centers, not tourist attractions. Fishing villages on the island's eastern side continue traditional maritime practices. Coconut plantations still cover hillsides, their harvest remaining labor-intensive and traditional. The island teaches that tourism creates paradoxes. That development brings both prosperity and loss. That even islands transformed by tourism contain corners where original character persists. Rasa fish populate the reefs, sea eagles hunt from coastal cliffs. The waters remain clear in areas away from main resorts. Koh Samui's real beauty emerges in quiet moments, in relationships between locals and their land that tourism has not yet completely altered. Pattaya developed as a beach resort in ways that created something entirely different from traditional Thailand. The city became known for particular industry, particular reputation, particular clientele. Yet beneath the surface tourism layer, an actual Thai city persists. Thai families live here. Thai businesses operate. Thai culture continues in quieter neighborhoods away from the beach entertainment zones. Walking Pattaya requires acknowledging complexity. The good and problematic coexist openly. Yet the city also contains genuine beauty. Fishing communities still operate from the northern beaches. Local temples serve authentic spiritual function. The nearby Sanctuary of Truth represents spiritual devotion through art. Pattaya teaches that Thailand contains uncomfortable truths alongside inspiring ones. that judging places requires nuance, that even cities with problematic histories contain elements worth witnessing and understanding. That complexity defines most human places if we're brave enough to acknowledge it. Deep in southern Thailand, Khao Sok National Park preserves rainforest that contains some of Earth's most biodiverse ecosystems. The jungle here is overwhelming. Massive trees creating canopy so thick that ground remains perpetual twilight. The air is thick with moisture and life. Sounds layer upon sounds, bird calls, insect songs, water flowing, creatures moving through vegetation. The Chiao Lan Lake sits within the park, emerald water reflecting limestone cliffs rising directly from the depths. Gibbons call from the canopy at dawn, one of nature's most moving sounds. Elephants occasionally traverse the park, their presence a sign that wilderness persists. Hornbills hunt through the canopy. Snakes hang from branches. Fungi bloom in every color. The park teaches that nature's complexity exceeds human comprehension. That wilderness persists in pockets where humans maintain minimum presence. That Thailand contains landscapes utterly transformed by development, yet also preserves spaces where nature remains sovereign. Railay Beach sits in a cove surrounded by vertical limestone cliffs rising hundreds of meters. The beach is accessible only by boat. No roads lead here. This isolation has preserved character that roads would destroy. The sand is white and fine. The water is clear and warm. The cliffs create dramatic backdrop visible only in person. Rock climbing attracts adventurers from worldwide. The limestone providing perfect climbing terrain. Local restaurants operate from beach structures, serving fresh seafood. The community has maintained something closer to authentic island life than most tourist beaches. Beyond the main beach, quieter coves hide in the limestone's folds. Sea kayaking through nearby channels reveals wildlife sanctuaries. Monkeys inhabit the cliffs, their presence creating unexpected companions. Reef fish thrive in nearby waters. Railay teaches that Thailand's most spectacular places often resist easy access. That isolation has value, that the absence of roads sometimes preserves what roads would destroy. Thailand's highest mountain sits at 2,500 meters elevation. The park surrounding Doi Inthanon contains cloud forests, waterfalls, and ecosystems utterly different from lowland Thailand. The air at the summit is cool, a shocking contrast to Thailand's typical heat. The clouds frequently obscure views, creating an almost temperate atmosphere. Hiking trails lead through forests that resemble Southeast Asian highlands more than typical Thai landscape. The park contains bird sanctuaries, over 300 species documented. Hornbills inhabit the forest canopy, eagles hunt from the heights, flying squirrels glide between trees at dusk. The park teaches that Thailand contains climatic and ecological zones most visitors never experience. That mountains hold different rules. That elevation creates its own reality. That Thailand's geography encompasses far more diversity than tropical stereotypes suggest. Far north in Thailand, Chiang Rai sits near borders with Laos and Myanmar. The city contains temples of remarkable artistry, particularly the White Temple with its dramatic architecture and spiritual intensity. The surrounding hills contain hill tribe communities maintaining traditions for centuries. The Mekong River flows nearby, forming natural boundary with neighboring countries. The region feels distinctly different from central Thailand. Culture, cuisine, landscape all carry different character. Visiting hill tribe villages requires respect and caution. These communities are not tourist exhibits, but actual places where people live. The temples here contain art of astonishing beauty created by contemporary artisans. Walking Chiang Rai's streets, you encounter spiritual devotion expressed through modern means. The night bazaar serves local community as much as tourists. The city teaches that northern Thailand possesses distinct character within broader Thai identity. That borders shape culture profoundly. That diversity within nations often exceeds diversity between them. Sukhothai Historical Park preserves ruins of the ancient kingdom of Sukhothai, one of Thailand's earliest and most important civilizations. The ruins spread across the landscape: temples, statues, remnants of palaces, and administrative buildings. Unlike Ayutthaya's more chaotic ruins, Sukhothai's park preserves structures within organized space. The Buddha statues here often possess remarkable serenity, faces suggesting peace rather than suffering. Walking through Sukhothai feels less like wandering ruins and more like entering a museum of civilization. The park's organization allows deeper contemplation than Ayutthaya permits. Ponds reflect temple structures, creating mirror images. The Ramkhamhaeng stone, an ancient inscription, documents the kingdom's reign. Sukhothai teaches that civilizations contain aesthetic intentions beyond mere functionality. That kingdoms produced beauty not merely as byproduct, but as deliberate creation. That art and spirituality remain central to power's expression. Hua Hin sits on Thailand's western coast as a resort town with entirely different character than southern beach destinations. The city has royal connections. Kings have maintained summer palaces here for over a century. The beach culture emphasizes leisure and local community over intensive tourism. The pier stretches into the Gulf, creating iconic image. The night market serves locals as much as visitors. Walking Hua Hin reveals a Thailand less transformed by mass tourism than Phuket or Pattaya. The rhythm remains slower, the atmosphere more relaxed, the local community more visible. The city teaches that resort development can occur in ways that preserve some local character. That tourism and tradition can coexist if development respects existing community patterns. That Thailand contains beach towns oriented toward leisure rather than intensity. You have walked through cities that bridge centuries, through jungles that contain mysteries, through islands that preserve authenticity despite tourism pressure. You have encountered temples where spiritual devotion remains absolute. You have witnessed ruins that whisper of fallen kingdoms. You understand now that Thailand is not what postcards suggest. Thailand is complex. Thailand is beautiful. Thailand is changing while maintaining character. Thailand persists. That persistence is what matters. The Chao Phraya River still carries boats. The temples still ring their bells. Communities still gather in markets. Monks still walk pre-dawn streets collecting alms. Families still operate from boats passed through generations. This is the Thailand most tourists never see. But you have seen it now. You cannot unsee it. You carry this knowledge forward. Subscribe to Global Lux Journeys, because there are places like Thailand scattered across the world. Places where ancient traditions and contemporary reality coexist. Places where nature maintains pockets of sovereignty. Places where communities persist in ways that matter. The world is far more beautiful than tourism marketing suggests. There are always more journeys to take, always more stories waiting, always more wonder to discover. Go, explore, live authentically.